Welcome to Disc Golf for Everyone. I'm your host, Jay. And in today's video, we're going to talk about one key aspect of finding your putt. It's something I did not realize at first, and it cost me a lot of good practice time. Sounds like a clickbait title, doesn't it? One key trick to putt perfectly. Except it's not a trick, and it won't help you putt perfectly. But I believe it will help you find your putt, your putting form and stroke, and even the putter more effectively, with less wasted practice time like I had. In my Disc Golf for Everyone intro video, I said I'd like to focus in on ROI, the return on investment of your practice time. How can you get as good as possible, as fast as possible with what time you have to play and practice disc golf? Applying that to putting, how should you go about discovering your putter, your putting stance, your form, the stroke? How should you discover all of that and minimize wasted time practicing? In other videos, we'll cover lots of details on putters and putting styles and what might work for you and how to even practice if you don't have a target. This video assumes you're already working on all of that and instead focuses on that one mistake hopefully you can avoid. So back to the main question: how can you maximize the impact of your practice as you develop your putt? Your starting point, particularly if you're a novice, is probably not a good place to find your putt. Why is that? Because as a novice, you probably started out very close to your target or whatever you're using for a target as you figured out how you were going to putt. I started out putting with a soft, grippy putter, and I started out at 3 meters just working on what I thought was a very good push putt. I tried to stay true to the push putt form. I tried to learn it well, and I got very accurate at 3 meters, and then 4 meters, and then 5 meters. After several weeks of putting that way, I discovered something pretty tough. The way I was putting simply could not generate enough force to work well at 8 meters and beyond. And about that time, I was really hungry to get better at putting at those further distances. I had invested a bunch of time and effectively a dead end. If you aren't there yet, you will be. And here's the insight I learned. I don't have time to learn multiple putts, some for in close that are terribly accurate and some for further out. Yes, you have to practice some variations. The course is going to force you sometimes to use an ante or a hyzer line when putting. There's going to be obstructions. Maybe you're not a straddle putter and you have to straddle sometimes due to a tree. But the reality is I needed one main putt that I could pour what practice time I had into that putt. And I needed that putt to work out into the further distances in circle 2. That meant I didn't need a putt that maximized my accuracy when I was right near the basket learning to putt. I needed a putt that I could figure out that would work at a range of distances and then develop accuracy with that putt. Perhaps this insight is obvious to everyone, but as I've explained, it was not obvious to me, so I hope it helps some of you. I think it's very natural and intuitive to start in close and start putting and get accurate and move further out. But if you do that, you're possibly going to hit the very problems I'm describing in this video. I advise you to putt at a variety of ranges, say 10 feet out to 40 or 50 feet, and find a way of putting that generally works at all those distances. In other words, a putt that has the same general stance and form and stroke, all those pieces and parts come together. They look about the same. They're going to get bigger as you get further out. You're going to generate more force with your legs, etc. But the same basic putt that works at all those distances. Then you start refining that putt and practicing it and getting more accurate. And we'll have another video where I talk about the whole process of refining your putt, or at least the things I've found that were helpful. Now here's a video I shot a few days ago. I'm taking 7 putts with each putt 1 meter further out, from 3 meters out to 9 meters. I did this all in one take, and shockingly I actually hit all 7 putts. But that's not the point. The point is that you should notice my putting looks relatively similar at all those distances. It just gets a bit bigger as I get further out, as I try to generate more force off the same basic putt. Next up, I'll roll some video of me taking multiple putts at 5 meters and then 10 meters. You can see the wind was really blowing that day, and my putt seems wobblier than really it usually is. But notice the similarity in the shape of the putts at those two very different distances. Again, 5 meters, and then the second set at 10 meters. Now I still need much more accuracy at 10 meters, but I have no issue using my form getting the putter to the target at that distance. Next up, I filmed some putts from 6 meters. Still that same windy day, still a bit wobbly, but the same putt. And now, after that, we'll see some more putts at 10 meters from a different day with no wind, just so you can see some variety. And again, identify that my putt looks maybe a bit less wobbly, but it's the same basic putting style. Last up, I filmed a few putts out around 40 to 45 feet on yet another day. I'm trying to show some variety to demonstrate the fact that the putt is pretty consistent. I have poor accuracy out that far, but the form is about identical, just more exaggerated. All I need is more practice, not a different putt for those further out Circle 2 putts. So you need to find your own putt that maximizes your chance to develop muscle memory that gives you a basis to develop accuracy across a wide range of distances. So yes, as I've said, there will be small differences. You're going to find that you need to figure out how to use your legs more effectively to generate force as you go further out. You're going to have to get a little bigger in the stroke probably, but it should basically be the same putt across all those distances. So that's my key putting insight for today's video. Discover your putt, your putter, your form, your stance, your stroke, your delivery, all of that. Figure it out across a wide range of distances, and then go back and work and develop the accuracy by refining that putt. Don't simply assume an accurate putt in close is going to work out to those further distances. In other videos on putting, I'll go into the variables of putting, different styles that you might want to consider using in your own putt, and insights I've discovered to refine and evolve your putt to make it better and better and hopefully more accurate at further distances. The form that you have seen of me putting in these videos is still evolving. In fact, just a couple weeks ago, I made a change to how I grip it, where I changed slightly the angle of the disc in my hand within my grip. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching Disc Golf for Everyone. If you want to support Disc Golf for Everyone, you've got some great options. First off, hit subscribe wherever it is. Second, drop a comment, give me some feedback, or let us know insights that you use to develop a putt that works for you. Third, you can buy one of these great disc golf t-shirts that I'm wearing that I designed, get a lot of comments on it. Go get one for yourself. There's going to be links below on where to pick one up at various retailers. Now let's go grow the sport together.